Hey there Pisces, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of January 2023, and we're going to take a look at your past, present, and near future energies. Also Pisces, please remember, if this reading resonates and you'd like to book a personal reading, all the information about how to do that is in the description box below. Okay. Well, also Pisces, I'm currently traveling, so as you can tell, my setup is not my usual setup. I'm hoping that this shadow that we've got going on isn't too distracting for you, because it's kind of been distracting me through some of the readings, but hopefully it's not too bad. Let's see. Okay, so the main energy for your reading this month is the Five of Cups. There's definitely an energy here for you of looking back at the past. There's almost like an energy of flashback to the past, back to the past. I'm not really sure what this is, but you're almost kind of stuck on something in the past. You're working through it. I can see it in your energies that you're working through it, but it's almost like the past has a hold on you. It hasn't fully released you yet. And this has been a very common theme for all water signs as I've been going through the readings. So in the recent past, you get the Magician, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Cups. You are manifesting a reconciliation here. You do, and I say you, Pisces, because this is your reading. This could be your person's energy. She'll take it as it resonates. You're manifesting a reconciliation here. You do want to get back together with this person. There's somebody specific that you have in mind. However, you're also showing me, I don't fully believe that that's going to happen. It's like you want it, but you don't actually trust that it's possible, or you want it, but you don't think that it's like ever going to happen. We'll see what this Five of Swords is all about. But the way you're presenting it, it's like, I want this, I'm manifesting it, but at the same time, deep down, your mind is telling you, no way, this isn't happening. In the current situation, you get the Call, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Wands, I'm sorry. Okay. You need to make a decision. You know that you need to make a decision. Your brain is telling you, hey, Pisces, you need to decide. You need to make a decision about something. And I don't know what this is. We'll see when we clarify. You're crystal clear on that part. However, when it comes to actually making the decision, that's where you're conflicted. That's where you're kind of like, I don't know. I'm not ready yet. We'll see what this conflict is about, but it's internal for you. It's almost like, I know I need to go to the dentist. You're aware of that, but you don't want to, and we'll see why you don't want to. I'll see what this is all about. I know it's a stupid example, but that's what's coming to mind right now. In the near future, you get the Patience, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Some of you may be dealing with an earth sign. Virgo showing up strong here, Taurus and Capricorn as well. Spirit is showing me here in the near future, you need to be patient with yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on your stability. Focus on what you need, because that is really the secret for you kind of going deep within and getting those realizations, coming to those deep understandings, and that clarity that you are really seeking, at least here in the current situation. But it's only happening in the near future. And I don't feel like you really want to be patient. I don't feel like you're like, okay, I'll wait, I'll go through this. Like, again, divine timing is definitely a play here, and I feel like you're kind of trying to speed it up. So let's take a look. I'm going to start off by clarifying the main energy for your reading this month, which is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is clarified by the Two of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely a connection here. There's definitely a very, very deep connection that you share with somebody. At the bottom of the deck, you get the Ace of Swords, which you get again in the current situation. There's definitely a very deep connection that you share with somebody. For some of you, you may have been married, or it's just one of those connections where it's like, even if we weren't married, we might as well have been. Something happened in the past, though, which you want to get over it. You are trying to heal from it, move past it, get over it. The problem here is you don't see how that's possible. I don't know what this thing is in the past. It could be different for each of you, but it's literally like you have this event in the past which has its grips on you, which is literally holding you almost hostage. And you're kind of trying to free yourself, release yourself from it and just let it go. But logically, you're like, how am I supposed to let this go? How do I get over this? How do I move past that? So that could be what you're conflicted about in the current situation, where you want to move past something, but you don't know how to. But the desire to move past whatever this uncomfortable, not so great event in the past is. Like, the desire is there. It's just the action taking part, which you're like, I don't know how I can get past this. And it has to do with a connection, with a deep, deep connection that you shared with somebody or still do share. Let's take a look at your recent past. I'm going to start off by clarifying the Magician for you. The Magician in the recent past is clarified by the 7 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups. Yeah, you are manifesting healing. You are manifesting basically moving past this not so great energy that you're experiencing here in the recent past. You're unhappy, you're discontent. There was definitely an ending, and it was a painful ending. It was hard, it was difficult. This was not just something like, oh, you know, a walk in the park. This was very, very difficult for you. And the reason it was also so difficult is not just because it ended, right? It's also because there's a lot of things left unsaid, things that weren't very clear surrounding this ending. You're manifesting clarity, you're manifesting understanding or getting answers to some of these things, again, surrounding this ending, which you're still confused about in the recent past. Because I'm seeing a lot of confusion, I'm seeing a lot of overwhelm surrounding this ending. And the ending sucks, but it's also the lack of clarity and all the open-ended questions, like, you know, the questions that are left unanswered. Sorry, not open-ended. The questions that were left unanswered for you, which is really, really the difficult part for you here. Let's take a look at the 5 of Swords in the recent past for you. Five of Swords is clarified by the Magician, which you just got, the 8 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. So, part of you is manifesting, let me get the answers, let me get clarity, all of that, right? The other part of you is still sitting here and thinking about the fact that, and again, you walked away, the other person walked away, I don't know who walked away here, it doesn't matter. You're still stuck on the walking away part. Whoever walked away, for some reason, you can't stop thinking about that. So it's like, you have a bunch of unanswered questions, but the one main one is like, why did you walk away? Why did you leave? Or if you're the one that walked away, did I make the right decision, right? So it could be different for each of you, but you're sitting here thinking, and it's all surrounding the walking away part, whoever turned their back. I will say this, it's showing up as a self-sabotaging energy, so either it doesn't serve you to sit here and think about this, or Spirit is kind of like, look, you holding on to this, you focusing on this one specific thing isn't serving you. It's actually hindering you. It's doing the exact opposite for you. It's stressing you out for no reason. But again, you're manifesting clarity, and you believe that, at least in the recent past, this is your path to clarity. This is how you're going to get the answers that you're looking for. Let's take a look at the 3 of Cups in the recent past for you. Three of Cups is clarified by the 3 of Cups, again, the 10 of Wands, and the 9 of Cups. It's hard for you. It's very, very hard for you because, again, you and this person are not together. There was an ending, but the desire for a reconciliation hasn't gone anywhere. You want to reconcile with this person. You're showing me the 3 of Cups twice. Like, you want this. Just the thought when it's like, you know, you go into dream world, it's just you and you, right, with yourself. The thought of like, hey, maybe we can get back together. Maybe we can have a reconciliation. Maybe we can find our way back to each other. It makes you so happy. You're showing me the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You're showing me the 9 of Cups here. The thought of that is emotionally fulfilling to you. It brings you a lot of emotional balance. It makes you happy. So, so happy. It's like, that's your wish. It's, if you were able to reconcile with this person in the recent past, that's your wish fulfillment. That's what you want. And so, again, it's very hard for you in the recent past because you're showing me, hey, I'm not with this person. Things ended between us, but I want a reconciliation. Let's take a look at the current situation for you. I'm going to start off by clarifying the call, or in this deck, it's the Judgment, essentially. The call is clarified by the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. You get the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So not only do you view you and this person as like a divine match, the energy between you two is magnetic. It's fiery. It's passionate. You do want a new beginning. You do want a new beginning in love with this person. But what you are showing me is that the reason you're taking your time in terms of making a decision is because you're hoping the longer I stall, the less intensely I'm going to want this. So in the recent past, you want a reconciliation more than anything. And that's hard for you because you and this person aren't together. In the current situation, you're kind of dragging your feet on making a decision. You're kind of dragging your feet on, do I stay? Do I go? Do I pursue this? Do I not? And the reason you're doing that is because you're hoping the more I drag my feet, the longer it takes for me to make a decision, the less intensely I'm going to want this. And then I'm going to be able to either make a more logical decision, a more rational decision, or I'm just not going to have to take any action at all. It's almost a bit of a way of procrastinating for you. But it's mainly focused not on the fact that you don't want to take action, is you're hoping that the intensity, that drive behind, I want this, I want this, I want this, that kind of chills out a little bit. And you get the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords for you in the current situation. Sorry, the Ace of Swords. Oh my goodness. Ace of Swords in the current situation is clarified by the Judgment, which you just got. Excuse me. The Page of Wands and the Six of Cups. Look, you know what you want, right? You're crystal clear that this is a soul connection. You know what you want to do. You know you want a reconciliation here. But logically, again, you're basically showing me, look, I know that the logical course of action for me is to let this passion, this desire die out a little bit. Because right now, I'm way too invested in this. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice and give way too much to have this new beginning in love with this person. And I know logically that doesn't make sense. So what you're showing me is like, I want to have mental clarity before I take any action, before I make any decisions here, right? When it comes to this connection. It's almost like you go in a car dealership and you want to make sure that you pick the car that makes the most sense and is practical and is within your price point and has all the features that you want, even if it's not the most flashy, sexy car. But you're afraid, like, hey, if I go into the dealership now and I see that, you know, Ferrari or something, it's going to call my name and I'm going to make bad decisions because I'm going to be so intensely, you know, attracted and wanting that car. So you're showing me, like, if I just kind of chill out a little bit and the fire, the passion kind of dies down, I'll be able to make a more level-headed decision about what to do in this connection. Let's take a look at the Five of Wands for you in the current situation. Five of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Yeah. So again, you are trying to be level-headed. You are trying to be logical, practical, and essentially emotionally disconnected from your decision. You want to make sure that this decision makes sense. Now, you're not at that point right now. You know you'll get there. You know if you give yourself enough time, you'll be able to kind of not turn off your emotions, but dial them down a little bit to the point where you're able to make a logical decision and you don't have as much emotional involvement in the outcome, right? Because when you're emotionally involved, you make decisions from an emotional place versus a logical place. But you're showing me I'm a little conflicted because I want to take action right now, right? I want to do, like I want to fix this or pursue this or whatever it is, but I don't want to be making any mistakes. And so I'm going to take my time. I'm going to wait until I'm getting to that emotionally detached place where I can make a logical decision. But again, in the current situation, you're not there yet because you're showing me I know I'll get there. If I give myself enough time, I know I can get there. I just know that I'm also not there right now. Let's take a look at the near future for you. I want to take a look at the Temperance. Give me two more for the Temperance in the near future for Pisces. There you are. The Temperance is clarified by the Sun, the Moon, which is you, and the Seven of Wands. You may not realize this, but happiness is right around the corner for you. Okay? You're in a position right now where you're very guarded. You're very defensive. You kind of don't trust anything. You're like, oh, you know, stay back. Everybody stay back, right? Because again, you went through a difficult ending. You're unhappy in the recent past. You wanted a reconciliation, da-da-da-da. But in the near future, if you're just patient with yourself and you give yourself enough time, happiness is right there. And again, the Sun is the happiest card in the entire tarot deck. You just don't really see it coming. You don't really, because again, you're still working through these energies, but in the near future, Spirit's letting me know, like, hey, happiness, like true happiness, is right around the corner for Pisces. As long as they don't keep fighting it off and fending it off and trying to speed up divine timing. Let's take a look at the Queen of Pentacles for you in the near future. Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Universe, and the Chariot. So in the near future, you are focused on yourself, right? You're taking care of yourself, you're nurturing yourself, you're really prioritizing yourself, which is beautiful. As a result of this self-care, self-love, and you really focusing on yourself, you get into a position where you start questioning, do I actually want this back? Or am I better off just completely, you know, closing the book on this? Like, I've learned what I needed to learn from this. I should close the book and just move on. You're not fully one way or the other, but it's beautiful to see that you're kind of, again, more level-headed, because here you're like, I would do anything to get this person back. Hell or high water, I will like sacrifice everything. In the near future though, you kind of look at it from a more objective perspective, and you're like, look, I know that I can take care of myself. I know that I don't need anybody else to fulfill me. So then the question becomes, well, do I actually still genuinely want this reconciliation with this person? Or have I learned what I needed to learn from this, and I'm at the point where it's better for me to just close the book, completely just, you know, be done with this and move on. You don't know one way or the other. You're not showing me that you've decided one way or the other, but the fact that this is even an option is telling me that you're really thinking about this from a more level-headed perspective to see what really fulfills you, what really makes you feel taken care of and nurtured, and what's the best course of action for you. Let's take a look at the Hermit for you in the near future. Hermit is clarified by the Four of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Yeah, you're not taking, any action, because you're going deep within yourself. Both the High Priestess and the Hermit, you're evaluating this connection, this bond that you have with this other person. You're evaluating it on a very deep level. It's not just, hey, is this person attractive? Do we have fun together? Are they cool? You're looking at all that, but you're looking at it from a much, like a higher self perspective. How does this person make me feel? Do I feel aligned with this person? Are our energies matching? Do I feel like, this person is on the path towards my higher self with me? Or are they, not on the same path as me? Do our journeys align? Like, you're looking at this almost like your higher self is looking at this and trying to evaluate whether or not this bond is what you want and whether or not it's healthy. Not just here in the 3D world, but like 5D energies. Beautiful energy, very deep too. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month, Pisces. From the universe, you get the Queen of Cups, Page of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, right now you're at the point where when it comes to this connection in love, right, you want love and you want to receive love as well. You don't just want it to give it. You don't just want to receive it. You want it to be a two-way street. You're not really investing too much in that right now because you're more so focused on yourself. But Spirit is letting me know, hey, don't completely shut the door on that, right? Keep a little crack open. Stay interested. Keep your heart open because beautiful changes are coming in for you. So, Pisces, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped and gave you clarity. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you here on the next one.